So this week we have one chapter, chapter 9, and we don't even go through the whole entire chapter. Uh, there are just specific pages that we are going to look at. And we are working with session state and session variables here. And so we're just going to look at these pages, and then you'll complete the lab assignment, which is actually embedded into the lecture demo. So you'll submit the lab assignment. Then we have a unit test, which randomly pulls questions from a test question bank. And you can take that test 3 times and it will record your highest score, open book, open note. And then we have a discussion. This is one of our significant learning outcomes, how the quality of code affects our interaction with technology. So those are the activities for this week. And part of the reason I put the unit test and the discussion in this week is because your assignment is short. So when you go into these chapter key points, you will see I've got the app that the book goes through here that you can download. And then I also found a game that uses temp data, session extensions. So you can download that and take a look at it. You do not need to do the update database command with this because there are no migrations, but you can kind of take a look to see how these techniques of passing and sharing data are used. Okay, and so hopefully by the end of this, you have a better idea of what session state is, especially how to use session variables. And when you get to the bottom, like I said, this is really fairly short compared to what our other chapters have been like. You will be making some changes to in the bag. And then there is an exercise from the book or a chapter from the book that you will be modifying. And I do know some of you have found those to be challenging. So you will notice that I am giving you some help here because when I went through the instructions, I thought they were kind of ambiguous. So I am actually helping you guys out here. Okay, and if you're confused on what to do, just reach out and I will help you. Okay, so that is the assignment. And then down here is our discussion. And I know you guys have seen this type of discussion before. Okay, in other classes, you might have had the exact same discussion. However, now you guys are pretty savvy as far as developing your own apps. So your eye might be a little bit more critical. So the same type of questions that you had before, give an example of something you use that includes good code and something you use that includes poor code. And for the poor code, how does interacting with the code make you feel and what could be done to improve it? And for the quality code, how does interacting with that code make you feel? And is there anything that could be improved? And then once you post yours, you can reply to 2. And I'm going to go ahead and post an example. So I'm going to pause here. Okay, so I just posted my example. And so for mine, I use a fantasy football app called Sleeper. And it's actually my example of good code and bad code because they must have had different people working on the different user interfaces. The desktop and the phone are great, but the tablet is horrible. So the tablet section is my example of poor code, and the desktop and phone are my examples of good code. If you are the first in class to post to here, you certainly can reply to mine as one of the posts that you reply to. Once you finish the discussion, there is the unit test. And again, you can do that 3 times. There are 40 questions and it is worth 40 points. If you are taking the test and you find a question confusing, please let me know and hopefully I can clarify it for you. And I hope you guys have an awesome week and a happy Halloween.